have an afternoon nap every day.
Let me be very clear about this. This is a president that wakes up every morning and puts the American people first. That's what he does. He does that every single day. That is his focus. I am not going to speak to sources out there, unnamed sources out there. That's not what I'm going to speak to. I'm going to speak to what I know, what this president does, and how he is committed to the work of the president, of the commander-in-chief. And his record clearly lays that out and speaks to it. And that's what he's going to continue to do. The American people first, and delivering for them.
So the White House has said no to releasing the full results of that annual, said no to making Dr. O'Connor available for questions from us, no to releasing any other information that would shed some more light on the president's health. I guess I'm just wondering if now is not the time for full transparency. When is?
So I would say, MJ, to your question, that what we have released over the past 3 years, every year since he's been in office, has been transparent, and it has been comprehensive. It has been one of the most transparent. We have been one of the most transparent administration when it comes to medical records. That is what we've been able to do. And I would add that it is not the norm to bring the doctor to the podium. That is not the norm. And we have owned up. This president directly has owned up to what happened at the debate last Thursday. One of the reasons why he picked the vice president, President Kamala Harris, is because she is indeed the future of the party. We get tired looking at him doing his meetings and traveling. And so I think that's what he was speaking to. And I don't think it has a toll on, regardless of what age you are, it has a toll on you, that type of travel.
Obviously, 13 U.S. service members died at Abbey Gate during the Afghanistan withdrawal. And then this year, 3 U.S. service members died in a drone attack in Jordan. And yet the president said, quote, he's the only president this century, this decade, that doesn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did, end quote. I get having a bad night, but how did the president get that so wrong?
So I appreciate the question. I really do. And I was asked about this, I believe, in the gaggle on Friday, I believe. And I said this, and I'll just reiterate this now, and again, I appreciate the opportunity. Look, the president cares deeply about our service members. He does. And their families, their immense sacrifices that they've made to take on and he takes on his responsibility as a commander-in-chief, and that is something that certainly he will continue to do. I mentioned moments ago that tomorrow on July 4th, he's going to have active military members here and their families to thank them personally. And obviously their families make sacrifices as well. And as you know, he attended the dignified transfer of the 13, as you just mentioned, brave service members who lost their lives in Afghanistan on August 26 in 2021, and as well as the 3 who lost their lives in Jordan earlier this year. I was there with the president, and you can see how much how important he understood it was for him to be there for that moment, to be there for the families. And so just want to be really clear about that, because he has so much gratitude. And we know that as a country, we can never repay them for their courage. But to your question, the president was making a comparison between how many service members have died under his leadership versus in previous years. That's what the comparison that he was making, and he was doing that because he cares so deeply about them and their families, and wants to keep troops safe.